We are happy to be joined by Zahn McClarnon, actor with a whole bunch of credits. We appreciate you spending some time with us on The Pulse. How are you, sir?
Good. It's good to be here. I appreciate you guys bringing me on.
I got to tell you, so we've been doing this show for a minute, for a couple months, since February, and everybody involved in the show has their favorites so far. Our executive, or our producer, Ivana, loves you. She kept talking to me like, oh, we've got to get Zahn McClarnon on, and I saw him in this, and this. So you've got a huge fan there.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate the support so much. I really, really do.
We try to start off every show kind of giving people a chance, especially people with a list of accomplishments, to define themselves, because society is always trying to define. So when someone asks you that, how do you define your career and your successes?
I'm just very fortunate, extremely fortunate and grateful that I am a working actor. I did work hard at it, and I have been working hard at it for the last 30 years. And um, it's just a wonderful time in for Native representation in film and television right now. It's a unique time that we're finally getting having a little bit of control over our stories and our narrative, and the opportunity to tell our stories and for people to see it. I started off when there wasn't very many jobs available for Native talent.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, these doors slowly have been opening up little bit, each year for us. And again, it's just they finally have opened up, so you could kind of peek your head out. I think we have a ways to go yet, but I'm very grateful and fortunate that I'm living in a time where those doors are opened up a little bit more.
You've been doing it for 30 years and had roles for significant periods of time. You say that it's a great time right now. How has it been watching it change? Like in the middle of it, did you see that progress, or was it frustrating along the way?
Uh, I started off in the early 90s as an actor. I moved out here. And from that point until now, a lot of things have changed slowly over the last 30 years now. Wow, it's 30 years. I can't believe it's been 30 years. But, sure, it was frustrating having to, the only opportunities that we had as Indigenous actors was, riding horses and yipping and yelling and getting shot and,
Yeah.
playing the stoic kind of stereotypical tropes that were written for us. And it's just wonderful to see that we're finally getting control of our own narrative, and we're telling our own stories. I'm still riding on the shoulders of my predecessors, though.
Mm-hmm.
Chief Dan George's, the Will Sampsons, the Jay Silverheels. They kind of paved the road for me, and I hope that shows like Dark Winds and Reservation Dogs and Rutherford Falls, open those doors and pave that road even more for future people in front of the camera and behind the camera as well.
I'm always curious when I talk to people and just in general about diversity in Hollywood. Is that an honor or a burden? Is it an honor that you've continued to work and you've made this progress, or is it a burden that you kind of have to shoulder that as you continue to go forward?
There's a responsibility there as an Indigenous actor to represent your community in a good way, not just on camera but personally, in your daily life. That's really important to me to be an example to the younger generation, to share my experiences, my strengths, my hopes, and just to represent my community in a positive way is important. I take that on, you know.
Mhm.
I'm obviously on television, and my face is seen a lot by the community, and I want to represent them in a positive way, and I want to make sure that we're doing things authentically, and we are putting the right people in place so we do tell these stories authentically.
I will share with you that we do research obviously before we talk to everybody. And you know those pages that list everybody's accomplishments? I have to send you the link. There was one on you, and in one of the lines it says has never been associated with any controversy or negative issues in his career. I saw that and went, and obviously there have been things that you stood for and things that you fought for, and we can explore that. But it was interesting seeing somebody with a successful career that didn't have that asterisk next to it.
I have principles and I have a moral code as well. I'm a human being though, and I've certainly had my controversy in my past history. I struggled quite a bit as a younger man. I struggled with addiction, and along with that addiction comes a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not an angel. You know what I mean? I've been able to get those addictions under control in the last 22 years, and I'm a sober man. We've all had our controversies, and we've all had our ups and downs in our lifetime, and I guess taking responsibility for them and changing is important to me, and I take pride in that.